we had the whole deal last year here in Texas with the Securus systems and whether or not those were safe for talking to your clients on. This is nuts to me. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Kansas is now under investigation for spying on over 700 lawyers and their clients while they were in prison, and and basically taking the communications that were recorded by the prison, and I believe they found a stash of all the recordings in the office. Now, I've known, obviously, and most lawyers know that your phone calls are recorded. And no matter what, whether you say, if you get on the phone and say attorney-client privilege, it doesn't stop them from listening to it.
That always makes me laugh.
I know.
This telephone conversation is hereby protected by attorney-client privilege.
Right. So that's all well and good, and they shouldn't. Only thing it really does is preclude them from entering it into evidence. Okay, because unless you are just live under a rock and have no common sense, those tapes get sent back to the U.S. Attorney's Office or the DA's office, whoever's prosecuting. They're listening to all that stuff, and so you just have to keep your mouth shut, and you can't talk about trial strategy. You can't talk about things. It really puts you in a bind, though, if the only way that you can communicate with your client is over a phone.
Is that
not face to face?
Is that how? And you bring up a good point, and it didn't switch for me. Is that how these lawyers were only able to communicate with their clients over these types of technologies?
I don't know, but it was at Leavenworth, which is,
I couldn't tell from the article either that I read.
Yeah.
It appeared also that some of them were in-person interviews as well.
That
one scares me even more.
Exactly. That was the part of it that was even more scary.
Because I do that all the time, and I'm sure everyone does. And I always thought that might be some kind of extra level of protection. But obviously that might not be anything either.
Right.
Because apparently they had interviews as well.
Exactly. and look, it's a bad look for the U.S. Attorney's Office for sure.